everyone, so it's Katie here from the Queen of Teen Fiction, and as you already know, I have been doing Camp NaNoWriMo this month. I made a little video at the start of July to explain what Camp NaNoWriMo is and why I was doing it, and that's in the description area if you want to go and check that out. As of the time of this recording, it is currently day 7 of Camp NaNoWriMo, and I am on 10,300 words of my 50,000 word goal. I said in the other video that I had done NaNoWriMo 3 times before already, and although I did actually go on to win all 3 of those times, I was always behind on my word count goals until the final week. But this time around, for the first time, I have hit the daily word goal every single day. I have absolutely no idea how that happened because I procrastinate a lot. As for the story itself that I'm writing, this time around I decided to go with something completely different because usually I normally stick to fantasy. I never write high fantasy, it's normally quite mild fantasy, but that is what I love to read most, so that's usually what I tend to write. But this time around I've gone for a more contemporary kind of story. It's about a group of friends going on a journey and everything kind of goes wrong for them. I don't want to talk too much about the story that I'm working on because I want to save that for my next video, in which I'm going to talk about how I got the idea for it. But it is completely different to anything that I've written before because I wanted to challenge myself. Although I love writing fantasy, I didn't want to just keep doing that because that was what I felt comfortable writing in. I really wanted to jump out of my comfort zone and see what other styles I could write in. It's still YA though. I love YA, so I'm going to write YA. Teenagers just have much more exciting lives. They're much more fun to write about. I don't want to write about adult things like taxes and bills and food shopping. So with me, when I start writing, I don't like to have planned too much of the story in detail when I start. I always like to know a lot about my characters because I think it's important to know your characters before you write about them. But with the story, I don't actually make a really structured plan. I usually know key elements of it. I know what the main problem's going to be and I kind of know the ending. But in terms of everything else, I prefer to just jump straight in and see what I can come up with. Because usually I end up writing stuff that I wouldn't have come up with unless I was under pressure to. And I've ended up preferring them more to the stuff that I've planned out more in detail. So that method doesn't really work for everyone because I know quite a lot of people like to plan out their stories more in depth before they start writing, but that is what works for me. So as I have been writing, a lot of the ideas that I originally had have been changed along the way, and that has been really fun actually because the story has gone in slightly different directions than I expected it to. So with writing like that, I always have to have a notebook with me at all times so that I can jot down any changes that I make. So at the start of Camp NaNoWriMo, I had this little notebook for myself to write up ideas in. I got it because it's camp related. It's so cute. So this is basically just full of little ideas that I've had throughout Camp NaNoWriMo with regards to the story I'm writing now and with other stories as well, because I've had other story ideas that won't necessarily work for the one I'm working on now but could work in the future. So I found that that has really helped me so far this month. I also have this really cute journal that I was sent a couple of months ago by Scholastic and I've never had a use for it before until Camp NaNoWriMo. I've been sketching up little characters as well as I can because I can't draw. I do all sorts of flow charts and everything in this. I'm not going to show you the inside of it because it's messy as hell. But this journal is super cute. I don't know why, but I just really love nice journals and notebooks. Yeah, so over the past 8 days I've had lots of ideas for later on in the story that I've written down and we'll get to more towards the end of the month. Also, I found during the first week of writing, my characters have changed a lot from what I intended them to be, which I really like because it's more like they're taking on a personality of their own rather than what you've decided for them. I like that. Rebel characters. At the very start of my novel writing, I had a character which was quite shy, and she has now completely changed to an outgoing character, and she's changed race and she's changed sexuality, and she did that all by herself. I had no part in that. It was just as I was writing that I realised that that was what she was truly meant to be. So I found that really fun. Problem is, she's a secondary character, and I have found that with this story I am liking the secondary characters a lot more than I like my protagonist, which is not very good because I'm supposed to really like my protagonist. So at the moment I'm currently trying to give her a little bit more edge so that I'm more fond of her and write more about her than my secondary characters. So that has been my first week of Camp NaNoWriMo. I have had lots of different ideas and my characters have completely taken on personalities of their own. My characters are out of control. But I have really enjoyed it so far, considering it's a type of story that I didn't ever expect myself to write or enjoy writing. I have really enjoyed it this time around. I'm really hoping that I keep up my word goal as well as I have been throughout the first week. So are any of you doing Camp NaNoWriMo this year? And if you are, how well is it going for you so far? Do you have any plot woes or character woes? Feel free to let me know in the comments. I will try and do another video next week to update you on my NaNoWriMo journey. Hopefully my characters and plot won't have fallen apart by then. So thank you all for watching. I will see you next time. Bye!